Welcome, horror fan, to HHN 365, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. My name is Duff, and I am here with our still new co-host, Jess. How's it going, Jess?
It's going. I mean, there's like kind of news this week, so that's
Uh,
more than before.
I mean, there is real things that exist, so that's cool.
Yeah, and it's like March now, so the month of announcements.
That is true. We're getting into a big month here. And so, yeah, if you want to keep up with us during this busy time, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at HHN365. Voicemail as well. Unfortunately, our old voicemail account was deleted because we are lazy and forget to check, and I believe we lost some voicemails. So I apologize. If you want to leave or relieve a voicemail that was not played on this show, do that at 407-906-4134. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, on today's show, we're going to be sharing what we would like to see from the merch at HHN 31. We've talked about in the past how we didn't love a lot of what we saw last year. So what can they do better? What do we want to see? Kind of like what's our wish list for merch, I guess. And then also, more exciting news than this, I think, is that HHN Trivia, our annual trivia competition, will be coming back in the next couple weeks here. So now is the time to start hitting us up, getting our DMs if you would like to join for that. Of course, win a prize at the end. Always fun. Jess gets to actually be on our end now and not participate. Much less stressful, I promise.
Oh my God, I know. And I was against Hunter last year. There was a lot on the line, bragging rights. I'm glad I'm on this side.
That's one you have to win.
Yeah, I think we tied. It's okay.
Close enough.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. Well, like you said, we do have some actual news. And, well, no rumors. Actually, just kind of news this time. Let's start with the, most physical-based news there is. And that's going over to Hollywood, where we can see actual construction beginning. And that's a tent being erected in the Curious George lot. So, one, it's nice to see something going up already. Cool. However, interesting because a lot of people on the Hollywood side thought that maybe the Curious George tents were just kind of like a one-year stopgap. Then they'd go back to the back lot. And it looks like we're not going to say they're not going to go back to the back lot. But at the very least, they're going to Curious George. So, halfway to not going back to the back lot. So interesting in that sense, I guess, right?
Yeah, were there two houses in that location last year or just one?
There were two, yes.
Okay, because I watched a couple of videos, I think like TLEV and a couple other people had some. And I saw the one tent and I was like, oh, it'd be interesting if they're only going to do one and maybe split it and put one. I haven't been to Hollywood. I would like to go this year. But I don't really know how. I know the park is laid out weird compared to like over here. So I wonder if they would choose to do like one down on the lower lot or the back lot and then one up there. I don't know.
I mean, that's why I'm not ruling that out. I guess it's possible, right? Who knows, one, how many mazes they're going to do this year.
Yeah, that's true.
6 again. It could go right back to 10, which I don't think they need to do 10 because then they just don't. And we'll see where this goes. But I do think it's interesting that kind of, everyone who's more in the know about Hollywood didn't really predict Curious George to come back, and yet here we are, the first visible construction actually in any park for Horror Nights. So look at that.
Yeah, and they had like layout down. You can see arrows and pathways. So
Yep.
Very
I will
exciting.
say, one thing is this probably, if they do split it and go to backlot, this probably changes things a bit because backlot typically had, I believe, 3 mazes and then also a scare zone. So I think that's why a lot of people like the backlot use. While it can be a pain to get to, it adds a lot more capacity to the event. So I would assume this means either, one, they're taking a maze from a different location, or two, they're not going to use as much of the backlot as they have previously.
Yeah, and the Terror Tram returned last year, right? It was gone in 2019. Do you think it's going to come back again this year?
I mean, it's tough to say. If they use the same path they did, then I guess it's still really possible. I know a lot of people didn't think it would happen with Curious George, but it still did. So it's still yeah, I feel like it was John Murdy. John Murdy said that it's coming back.
Oh, well, I don't pay attention to him. I'm so
right.
sorry.
Sorry, that was like That was a while ago. That was several episodes ago now. But yeah, no, yeah. So the Terror Tram is returning apparently, according to John Murray. So
that's exciting. If I make it out there, I'm excited to see the Terror Tram.
I mean, you just kind of have to make it out there. There's no ifs anymore.
I know. I'm gonna keep saying if, and then I'm just gonna look at you and Mary and go, so when are we going?
I'll give you dates. Don't worry.
Perfect. Ashley's coming with me.
All right, perfect. All right, so moving over from the Hollywood side, coming back to Orlando. Not really news. This is kind of talking more the lack of news, but it actually happened. So let's talk about it because I think it's kind of funny. So we always know the HHN Orlando account always tweets like they just want to stir things up, and people get super invested in the stuff that they stir up and think that there's serious hints. There's nothing wrong with play along with it. That's fun. I get it, but it's also funny to watch it all unfold. The one thing they were doing is get a certain amount of likes by this time, and we'll announce something.
Yeah, right.
Which obviously, one came nowhere near, right?
No.
They were off by 1,000 likes. It wasn't even close both times. They gave them 2 shots. So that was one. That was pretty funny. People were flipping out about that. And then they did the math equation, which according to people who are better at math than me, would mean 72 hours, which would make you think announcement 72 hours, but that would have been this past Saturday. And I mean, an announcement on Saturday, that's not common in the first place, and it didn't happen anyways. Yeah. And now they're just they tweet stuff that they tweeted literally a year ago. Same tweets. Just
the alien quote.
Random horror stuff. So if it's coming from the Horror Nights Twitter account this early, don't read into it. Just don't.
I mean, have we even had that? What's that Twitter account that has the riddles? Oh my god, the Ifrit, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
We haven't even had anything from him, I don't think, or them. So, I mean, if they don't have anything, we're not getting anything from the Twitter account.
How it works? Yeah.
Well, that's it. Historically, I believe that's how I remember it happening. But
yeah, Ifrit usually does come in and pop out those strange riddles. I think the Ifrit said they're done though. Last year, I think they implied that they were done doing it.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, they did tweet about the permits though on the 17th.
Oh, well, in that case.
So that's the only thing we've seen so far. But I mean, hey, you can believe that Twitter account or not. I don't really take anything that happens on Twitter with more than a grain of sand. But
did we bring up the permits last episode?
I believe so.
Okay. If we didn't, hey, there were permits. No, I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, we did. I trust us. I don't, but whatever. And then also, again, sticking to Universal Orlando, the brand that me and Jess both call Results, but is apparently Roosevelt's, that makes those pattern button-ups, has a deal locked in with Universal Orlando. If you want to read off that tweet.
Yeah, so Steve from Roosevelt's. I'm still gonna say Results in my head.
Results.
I'm not gonna. RSVLTS looks like Results to Duff and I, and that's just the end of it. No hate to Roosevelt. That's just how it is. So someone asked him, Steve from Roosevelt, is there a shop at Hollywood Studios in Orlando that sells the shirts? Because they have Universal Monster shirts. And he actually responded and said, we just got picked up by Universal Studios Orlando. Lots of classic styles going in the park, plus a ton of exclusives and some badass things planned for their big events. That sounds like we're getting HHN shirts.
The question I was going to lead into is, does that mean HHN? But the way they end the tweet, it's kind of obvious.
Their biggest event is
because the second biggest event just happened. We didn't get anything for it, so
yeah.
We only got the actual biggest one left. There you go.
You think they could just drop some shirts randomly because Mardi Gras still goes on till the end of April?
It's possible. That'd be really
if they
cool.
Just got picked up.
Release the space Mardi Gras theme on Results shirts.
Space Alligator.
Space Gator.
Space Gator, that's his name. But I could see we have the Universal Monster shop right now in Sahara Traders. I could see them throwing the Monsters collection in there because they already have them.
Yeah, and I think that the question is is this going to be stuff that's IPs, or are we talking original HHN stuff? Because they talk about, I think they mentioned, you literally just said it, but I'm dumb. I believe they said something about kind of creating specific merch for Universal. But does that mean they're IPs, or does that mean original shit they make for HHN.
I will say, if you follow the account, so at Steve RSVLTS is, I guess, one of the owners or the owner. He answers a lot of like questions that customers and fans have, and then their account as well. Somebody asked if there's a Chucky shirt coming, and they said that there's one for the fall for the TV show. So I think just following them, you kind of get what they're going to release, at least on the IP side of things. I don't know if we'll really know much about HHN until the tribute store opens, but
probably not. I feel like, and again, if they're doing original stuff for HHN, I don't think they're going to be as open-lipped about that.
no, God,
I think
no.
Universal's going to tell them to shut up. So
I wonder if okay, so now my speculation brain is going. So if they're doing exclusive shirts, does this mean that we're getting an icon this year? And is there an icon shirt?
I mean, I feel like that might be reading way too far into it, but maybe.
My speculation brain started just with what this is what we do with one tweet, just like with the math equation. I was sitting there with my sister going, "What does it mean?"
Yeah,
It
yeah.
meant nothing.
I scratched my head for about 2 minutes before just looking at what people said, and I was like, "Oh, got it."
I don't do math. Also, there were two variables, so the math doesn't even math correctly.
Yeah, I don't math. I don't quick math. I don't slow math. I just don't math.
Okay.
Not my thing. But this is actually a pretty funny, like, little thing we got to add to this episode because of what our episode is about. It's about merch for HHN 31. Jess, got to give you a shout out again. That's 2 weeks as a co-host on this show, and that's 2 topics you came up with. So thank you.
Thank you.
My brain hurts trying to think of it every week. So I appreciate
it's your turn next week.
taking the load off. Sorry, I think I got a few. They might not be as good, but
okay.
there's something, I guess.
It's okay. We all can't be me. Totally kidding.
Yeah, I definitely can't. All right, so we talked about this before off mic, but I don't think either of us actually came up with the list. We just kind of know what we want and what we don't, and I think we're just going to end up talking poorly of maybe some decisions that have been made about merch in the past, and that's how this episode is going to go.
Us strong opinions about Halloween Horror Nights?
No, never.
I'm excited.
You want to kick us off with like one thing that you would like to see out of the HHN 31 merch?
Sure. I decided I was going to start with this one because I feel like this is the one we see every year. Everyone begs for it. I mean, I beg for it because I'm a collector of these. And that's Funko Pops of any kind. Like,
this was on my non-existent list.
Yeah, like I feel like it lends itself, and we kind of saw it with the Screamers last year, but Universal made those themselves. I could see them linking up with Funko. They already do it, not for HHN with Loungefly, but Loungefly is owned by Funko now, the purse people. So they're already in Universal Parks. We could totally get Funko in there. Like, they already have a relationship.
Can you imagine if we would have got the fucking like Icon series of Funko Pops last year?
I want a little Albert. I just want him with his little shears. And I would have to buy 2.
You have one, just not the Funko version.
Right. I need like a bigger bulbous head than what the Screamers were.
Yeah.
I need him to look goofy. He already looks goofy.
I mean, he does. Yeah.
It's okay. That's my man. I just want Funkos. I don't even care if it's, based on the IP and it's just like an HHN exclusive with a sticker on it, because that's a big thing with Funkos. You have Hot Topic exclusive, Walgreens, like every store gets an exclusive or a chase. There could be a glow in the dark. You could do different variants. Like, there's so many options, and collectors are going to eat that shit up. It's me. I am collector. I would buy 2, one out of the box and one in the box. I'm not even going to lie. Please.
Damn.
I need them. I have so many Funko. It's a lot.
I would say I would be slightly frustrated if they came this year because last year was the perfect year for it.
Yes, it was. And I think that maybe we can't blame everything on the pandemic, but we're going to keep doing it. Maybe the pandemic ruined something and they came out with the Screamers because, they could.
I mean, maybe. And so, yeah, like I said, this is really high on my list. This might be my top thing that I would like to see happen. I also collect Funko Pops. I'd buy every single HHN one without a doubt. The Screamers are cool. If we don't get Funko Pops, give us the Series 2 and a Series 3, and please give us more than one series this time. I don't know why you named it Series 1 and just gave us a 1 for the whole season.
Yeah, and then gave us, no offense to, Gilman and who else was in there? Frankenstein was in a house, but, It was weird. I would have rather had some of the other female icons or, a random Scare Zone character than that.
I mean, it literally could have just been all icons, and that would have made a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Again, why
Also,
last year was the better year for something like that, because you had like all your original characters in one event, pretty much.
you did, and they could have done, oh my God, they could have done so many.
Yeah. Missed opportunity. Oh well. Hopefully we get it this year, I guess.
We won't, but we can keep dreaming.
I know we won't. All right. So since you took that one from me, which is fair, we're probably gonna have a few like that. And I think that was an obvious one for both of us.
Yeah.
What I would like to see is something they have been doing, and it's more of I want to see a continuation of it, keep moving on. And that's implementing the old Universal Studios logo into everything. They're still doing it for Mardi Gras this year. We're 2 years past the 30th anniversary now, and they're still pushing it out. Keep doing it this year for Horror Nights, please. I think the current Universal Studios logo is pretty ugly. It does not look good on merch. The old one looks absolutely fantastic. So this is a really simple request. Just keep doing what you're doing there.
Yeah.
I'm worried eventually, like I said, 2 years past that anniversary when they started putting that stuff out, I'm worried our time's going to end with this nice merch. Just keep implementing that logo into things, and you already have some stuff that I'm definitely going to buy, regardless of everything else. So, simple. Keep that going, please. Thank you.
I think we're going to see it keep going just because, all the parks have kind of done retro collections and they've stayed around.
That's the thing. Disney had been doing it for years, at least a decade before. They were dropping retro merch. Yeah. Universal, it took them forever. Like I said, it took them basically till 2020 to drop anything with the old logo on it. Even I used to go to Hollywood and be upset because they literally still have the fucking fountain with the old logo on it and didn't sell any merch with it on it.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So, and it wasn't until 2020 that they finally started doing that, and Hollywood did as well at the same time, even though that wasn't really an anniversary for them. Whatever, good for them. But yeah, no, they just neglected an immaculate logo forever. Hopefully they see that it sells way better. I can't tell you how much more Universal merch I see worn around the parks now than I used to.
Yes.
But it's tenfold. It's not even close.
I used to never. I've had an annual pass for years, and I used to never buy merch. It was rare. It would be Harry Potter, obviously, before all of that came out about JK. But now I'll buy everything.
Would you have bought the denim jacket if it was Frankie above the Globe logo? Because I wouldn't have. That shit would have looked ugly as hell.
No, absolutely not. I already had to fight my inner demons with the fact that it was Frankie. Right. And I didn't want to get that, but it was such a good jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I wear it all the time still. So.
I have bought both of the nice windbreakers they put out with that logo. Shirts, you put that on it, I probably want it. Just
that whole retro collection is just beautiful.
Yep.
All of it. And it started with that denim jacket a couple years ago. The lighter wash one, with just the old logo on it, and everyone was like, "Oh my God." Mm-hmm. And my sister got one, and then you saw them everywhere, and you still see them everywhere. Oh, yeah, and then we got that HHN one this year, and it was like, oh.
Fucking windbreaker that's the barred pink, blue, and black. Mm-hmm. This shit's so nice. I love it.
I love it. Even the long sleeve with that blue, pink, and black on it is really. We could go on and on. The fanny pack,
Oh, can I just tie this into another one then? This is kind of cheating a little bit because I'm asking for a specific theme from HHN more than anything. Not a specific theme, but I want the vibe of the 90s. Mm-hmm. They were gonna kind of go there in 2020 for HHN 30. That didn't happen. That line got dropped that we saw a bit of with that 30 logo. Can we get some of that, please?
I'm wearing the jacket right now that was in that line. The little icon 30 logo. Yep.
See, that is, I want that style. Obviously it has to match the theme of the event, or does it? Because what if you just did it as throwback to a specific HHN property or whatever? You could drop some merch that just makes sense with that kind of vibe without actually matching the current event, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I would argue that even though Chucky, Jack, and Frankenstein's monster were in the event, that ringer shirt was very much a throwback shirt because it had the old logo on it. I didn't consider it anything for the event because Chucky was only in a box. I don't know, and there wasn't a date on it. It was, and they were selling it in Hollywood, weren't they? Without Jack.
And again, that was just red, black, and white. I'm
Yeah.
talking about 90s vibe.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I
You know,
could see
the
them
blues, the
doing.
pinks, teals.
I can see them doing like a collection that doesn't go with the theme, but it's a retro collection for
True,
HHN.
true.
Is kind of what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
want
I
them to
get
do
that.
90s. I would die. Oh,
So yeah, that's what I want. You know, you've been doing it with a lot of your actual just Universal merch. Let's start tying it a bit more into the HHN merch. If it fits the theme, fantastic. If there's a few things that happen to be outliers, great. I'll take that too.
yeah. I would love it. I would buy all of it.
I would literally buy all of it. It would
I
be
want
like
more bucket
what it
hats.
is.
We could get bucket hats with that because it's 90s again.
Yeah, I think bucket hats are dying. They're becoming very popular, so I don't think you have to worry about that.
Well, I don't really care. I mean, I bought the Beetlejuice one because Beetlejuice, but the Mardi Gras one is cute.
I mean, I won't wear any bucket hat, but I like them. I think they look good.
Yeah, they're cute. They're a vibe. If it's 90s, I could see them selling them
Yeah,
still.
definitely. Okay, I want something that's not a bucket hat. That's 90s, to be more
Okay,
specific.
well, I'm just saying they've been going in the bucket hat direction.
And I appreciate that. Give people the options. They look good, just not on my head.
I agree. Well, do you want like a trucker hat, a baseball hat? They had like 6 different hats last year.
I mean, not a trucker hat, but I do want hats. Yes.
Well, speaking of hats, do you want a corseted, sparkly women's hat?
You mean like they drop every other year?
Yeah, you mean they have one for Mardi Gras right now?
They do.
They do. It says louder, wilder, spicier.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the glittery corset back, just like the Wicked Divas. I'm gonna go into my next one because that kind of segues. I'm not gonna lie. So my next one is something I want to see and something I don't want to see at the same time. I feel like this conversation comes up on Twitter every tribute store, no matter the event. I want to see non-gender specific merchandise. I want to see, the couple shirts, but give me the option. Make them all non-gender specific. You can make a tank top and a regular shirt in each one. Make them unisex. You could have done the bride and the Frankenstein. I wanted the Frankenstein shirt and the bride one, but the bride one was like a tighter cut, and I don't wear that. It's just a personal preference.
How hard would it be to drop the quote unquote women's cut as well as a unisex cut? You could literally just drop it on both styles. So
absolutely. You could like I just
one or the other, it's there for you.
I just don't understand like why in 2022, even now, we're still doing like gender specific merchandise. And this isn't like to get political or like to get on a soapbox or anything, but it's like so many people like to wear like what they want to wear. It doesn't matter of gender. Like I have, male identifying friends that wear crop tops and wear, feminine cut jeans or more fitted jeans, not even feminine cut. But I want to wear a baggy t-shirt. I like buying like 4X t-shirts and wearing them like dresses. But I couldn't do that with the bride shirt. I had to get this like fitted thing. Or if I want a crop top, the arms are smaller, the sleeves are smaller. Like, give us options or just make everything unisex and make things tank tops. It's very easy. Figure it out. I don't like seeing this like you have to be a woman and be Bride of Frankenstein and a man and be Frankenstein's monster.
I think that's probably the biggest issue is you're kind of saying, if this is the character you want, this is the kind of shirt you have to wear.
Yeah, I don't like being told what I have to wear.
Again,
or just make them all printable, like that little kiosk thing.
I do know some people who do like that slimmer cut, the one that they call a women's cut. So leave it there, and then just give us the unisex of the same design. It's not that hard. I understand it'll probably cost a little more money to do that and divvy up how you're doing it, but it's probably worth it.
Yeah, you probably would sell more.
Even if not financially, it's probably worth it just to kind of give your fans options and make them happy.
And especially Universal doesn't have the fifth key of inclusivity, but Universal has always kind of like touted equality and loving, everyone and their team members no matter what. I would just expect more where like their merchandise would kind of reflect that. And that's all I want. No more gender specific. You don't have to be a girl to like Bride of Frankenstein, and you don't have to be a guy to like Frankenstein's monster. You can be anything you want to be and like whoever you want and wear the shirt that matches. That's all it is. That's all I want.
Some of NBC Universal's donations say otherwise about how they feel, but
about that shit. Yeah, never mind. I take back everything I said. Not everything. I still stand where I stand.
We could talk about it for a second since we're here. I understand the people who are creating designs and tweeting and doing everything for Universal Orlando are very different from the people making those donations on the corporate side. like it's not just like because those people made those donations in the name of the company mean that like people within the Universal Orlando Resort don't care. Like, you know, it one doesn't stop the other, but it also doesn't make it okay that it happened.
Right. It just kind of goes against everything you're doing. You're doing one thing and then saying another is kind of all it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, can't
So
have the Love is Universal collection and then donations.
exactly.
Go the
So
other
we're
way.
not going to be out here talking shit to like Universal's Twitter account because again, people behind
No.
that account they're not the ones doing that. Very
Or the
far.
artists, yeah. The artists
Uh,
aren't picking what these like designs are going on either. They were just told, "Hey, make us a Bride of Frankenstein design." So the designs are
Exactly.
great. I was more upset
They look,
that,
it looks so good. The problem
yeah,
is a Frankenstein design.
right. I was more pissed that I couldn't get the bride shirt and be comfortable in it. Everyone deserves, if you're spending $32 or 30, whatever it is at this point, on a shirt, you deserve to love the shirt, is really what I'm trying to say, I
Mhm.
guess, at the end of it all.
Love the shirt you love. Love is love.
Love is universal.
Love is well, we just went over it. Anyways, okay. I would like more media options. So like they've released now. I mean, it's been the same one, just different variants of the vinyl. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. Give us like CDs of loops and um, back to the days. I know this is way old school and this will never happen again, but I loved when theme parks did shit like drop DVDs. I guess now that'll be Blu-rays of like events and like behind the scenes shit. Give us that kind of stuff. I want more media options.
Yeah, not even Blu-rays at this point. Why not just put it on Peacock
I mean that
behind a
too.
paywall?
Yeah, correct. I already have Peacock, and I think this is something we've talked about a lot. I don't know if this counts as HHN 31 merch, but I'll go there anyways. Yeah, give us like a Art of the Scare for HHN 31 and 32 and 33 and 34 and
Oh
every
my God.
single year and throw it on Peacock.
I would not watch anything else if that
Yeah,
happened.
all the YouTubers who get views from me watching your vlogs year round, sorry, you'd be done.
Yeah, oh my God, you wouldn't. I'm so sorry. Like, you would not exist anymore,
I
respectfully.
see you like maybe twice a year instead of 35 times a year.
Yeah. I'm glad to know I'm not crazy and I'm not the only one keeping these YouTubers in business.
Oh, listen, I got to tell you, work from home has changed how much HHN I consume, which has become just watching the same vlogs over and over and over and over because I just put it on the background and it runs all day.
Hey, we do that with the dog sometimes, and then I'll sit there and like watch myself, like catch myself watching it. And it's the same walkthrough I've watched like 10 times.
Yep, I watch.
And I'm like, oh, they're coming.
You know, it's really sad that I get super excited when I find like someone who drops like an episode or like a vlog episode from HHN 30 like this week, and I'm like, oh my,
Yeah, you get to relive it.
It only has like 30 views. I'm like, oh yes, no one else has seen this shit. Like I didn't go to the event fucking 50 times, even though it was only like 30 something nights. But you know,
Yeah.
you get the point.
Like, you can't just sit there and like play the drinking game of, am I going to be in the background? And if you see yourself, take a shot.
Exactly. I don't think this ever happens. You would think at this point, with how many vlogs
Yeah.
I watch, how many nights I go, it would have happened, but it hasn't. The only time it's happened is in the vlogs of like someone I know.
No, I get that.
Which
There was
doesn't count.
there was one person who I did not know him. He followed the Screamers at the time, so he like knew who I was. He caught my engagement and put it in his vlog after like asking for permission, and I was just like, oh my God. And I was like, thank you for asking permission, because I probably would have found this and been a little creeped out later on.
I knew that someone caught it. I didn't know he like followed you guys. I thought it was just like a random, and then he like.
There were a couple people who caught it. There was one guy who actually like physically vlogged it and put it on YouTube. I can't remember his name, but he was very nice. It was not someone who put it on Twitter. There was someone who put it on Twitter.
Gotcha.
I
That
was
might have
like,
been what I was thinking. Yes.
Yeah, and people were like, "Oh, that's Jess," and I was like, "Hi, thank you so much for the video. I saved it."
It's mine now.
But yeah, that's the only time I also have. That would be wild. Sorry. Okay, that's not what we're here to talk about.
Well, yeah. Media. Make more media options. Music is a big one for me. You know, I think that's even. I knock HHN 30's loop. It wasn't the most memorable. However, again, if I'm watching a vlog or whatever, like the second I hear any of the songs, it takes me back. So making that music available, I could easily get on YouTube, but I'd give you money to have it. So,
Yeah,
like, take my money that I'm giving you for no reason.
Disney used to release the like the CDs and then put them on Apple Music and Spotify, so you could
And
like
that's exactly the kind of thing I was thinking about.
yeah.
Like I said, parks used to. Disney, any nighttime spectacular, loops, all that shit. They always put it on CDs. They always put out DVDs. Universal, not as much. They had some. Go back to that.
Yeah. We did get the vinyl, which I have. I just don't. My sister has a record player, but I'm not going to open it to listen to it. It's also available online. Like you got the download with it, but
So I have
more.
listened to it like literally twice. I just don't use my record player much.
Well, you're not a cool kid, apparently.
I'm not cool enough. That's well known.
Well, any more
Yeah.
media?
No, just media. There you go. Boom.
Media. I agree with that. I like consuming HHN content all like not all the time, but like most of the year. So any kind of content. That's why I love podcasts, YouTube videos, all that.
Mhm.
TikToks
Which
now.
I guess they do have that podcast now. So that's I haven't listened. I know they have one episode out. Maybe it's two at this point. I
Yeah.
haven't listened yet, but I guess it's kind of cool because it does sound like they are doing it from more of for a guest perspective. So we'll see how that goes.
That's good. I
It's
haven't listened yet.
something, I guess. And they're not like trying to stomp out other creators. So
Good, because I know SeaWorld started one too. So I love podcasts from the theme parks. I would love to listen to more podcasts from theme parks. So
yeah, definitely. So I'll check it out eventually. But good for you for trying, I think.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see when HHN rolls around.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got, Jess?
Okay, so my next one, we kind of already touched on it with Screamers and almost with Funko Pops, but I would love to see them expand on their blind bag options. Because I feel like 30, they had the Screamers and they had those icon pins. And people were going crazy for both of them, like people making sure they got the whole run. I would love to see them. I don't know what else they could really do. I was thinking like icon figurines, not Screamers, but maybe like their weapons, their, their environments almost. Maybe like models that you could put together, blind bags of that. But I would love to see them do blind bags where they let their artists kind of like run wild, because I feel like that's what happened with the Screamers and the pins.
I mean, think about how much people would like going back to like stuff that Disney does, like blind bag, like wishable style things for HHN.
Oh, yeah.
Would fucking eat that up. Like little plush HHN characters.
Oh my God. Oh, that you could dress up.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean the dress up part, but I guess sure. Why
No,
not?
I want to dress up. I'm gonna get an Albert and I'm gonna put him in a little clown outfit. Don't ask me why.
Shears too.
Yeah, shears with a clown. It's a whole thing. But Disney used to have, this is like back in the day in like the 2000s, but they used to have those little, maybe they still have them. They were blind bags and you would get like 5 little toys in them, but they were figurines from a ride. It might have been like the Tree of Life or the castle, a character, and then you could trade them at the Disney store for the ones you were missing.
Yep.
And at World of Disney, I would love to see even something like that. Those mini brands that like blew up on the internet and on TikTok. We could do a food collection, like little mini figurines of pizza fries, Blinky Cup. What else? Oh my God, I could keep going. What else? The blood bags. Let's go back to those.
I mean, but the thing is, they've done like the AP buttons and magnets of all the stuff we'd like to see on stuff that you could sell us too.
Yeah.
Like I'd happily buy stuff with like pizza fry reference or Blinky Cup reference. And I think it's funny how we keep like bringing up what Disney used to do and how that was good.
Yeah, that's true.
At once upon a time, they did all these fun things.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, that's like, used to go up. You could trade at the same place. You could trade pins, Vinylmations, other random grab bag shit all in one place. And I think if Universal, more specifically for this podcast, HHN did that, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, and like people were trading the Screamers and people were giving me their extra Alberts because they don't want them. And I feel like you open up like good conversations in the community and like good like sportsmanship between that and like, hey, I'm looking for this. Do you have this? Oh, I have 3 of that. I'll trade you that for like an exclusive. Like I feel like that could really open up cool conversations and like meetings with people in the park, or like, hey, I left a Gillman on the stairs over there. Go find him. I think it's cool.
Even like cool. Like I watched people literally just be like, I have like 5 of him. Does anyone just want him?
Yeah.
Just like, hey, take it. If you want this, you can have it. And I think like that kind of interaction, like you said, it's awesome to have. When we don't have the really positive stuff like that going, more negative stuff starts to come out. So if we keep the positive up, maybe we can avoid the other stuff for the most part.
Exactly. More blind bags. That's all it is, Universal.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
We live in a perfect world.
Also, more like I feel like they do stickers for Mardi Gras. I always see like voodoo doll stickers and stuff like that. Give us icon stickers, or not even icons, HHN stickers, whatever. Because everyone loves stickers. They want to put them on their water bottles. I think Knott's did that last year. I was watching a Not Scary Farm video, and they had a bunch of Not Scary Farm stickers that some artists had made, and they just had them for
You
sale
know?
with a theme park water bottle.
Really? Fuck, I
Yeah,
missed that. Who
it
bought
was
that?
in it was in an Ordinary Adventures video. They like I have pros and cons to every vlogger, but I will give it to them. They like always go into the shops and like find the things I seem to miss.
What I'll give to them is they have the best fucking looking walkthroughs I've ever seen. The
Their
camera
camera
they
quality.
use is absolutely insane. Like I can see the house better than when I walk through it on their
Yeah,
fucking website. It's insane.
absolutely. I'm glad you said that because I thought it was crazy. And it was funny because when like Scream Queens had our YouTube channel and I had our walkthroughs up, somebody commented on the Wicked Growth one and said it's a video of black on black. And I went, you should really check out. And I like copied their video and I said they have great quality.
Yeah, I mean ours is the same. Yeah,
And we had phones.
we were
That's
using
all we had.
phones. We were using phones. That's why I never posted a full walkthrough. I just cut them all into the one video. I was like, I don't have enough for full walkthroughs, so I'm just
There is
gonna.
none.
Yeah,
It's just you get the Pumpkin Lord and like maybe some other boys, and that's
yeah, I
it.
got a few scares where there were lights flashing. That's about it.
Yeah.
I don't remember what you said. What was your thing? Grab bags. That was a
Grab
lot
bags,
of
blind
cheap.
bags, and then I went into water bottles and stickers.
Yeah, but yeah, stickers great.
Stickers.
All right, so I'll go into my next one then. This is one that I ask for every year, and it never happens, and that is more merch based off your original houses. You always
Yes.
have something for every IP. Occasionally, you have something for maybe one of the original properties, and then you usually have like maybe depends on the year. Sometimes you have something that combines the original properties, but we never just get a bunch of original property shirts on their own. Like a Wicked Growth shirt would have been great. Puppet Theater shirt would have been great. Do we have those? No, absolutely not.
We should have. I could have seen like a Pasek and Paul puppet troupe like shirt with like a marquee on it, or like I don't know, an advertisement for their dance troupe show and the puppet show.
Yeah,
Like there's so
they could
many things.
be like you could slap
Mhm.
the logo on it and I'd still buy it.
Oh yeah.
Make it as simple or as complex as you want. I'm probably gonna buy it if it's a house that I liked.
Oh my God. I remember in 29, like, and you probably felt the same way, dying for something Graveyard Games
Yeah.
that wasn't just the
Oh yeah.
house shirt.
Oh yeah. Like just a logo. Like I don't know why anyone put a logo of a cemetery on their shirt, but I would have bought one.
Same, and I would have worn it every day.
What was it called? Ascension Parish Cemetery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ascension Pair.
Would have happily taken it.
Wow. I think we really need to do a Graveyard Games episode, you and I. I just like realized that I don't think anyone else loves it more than we do.
It's got fans.
It does, no, but you're the one diehard. When we did the Catacombs episode,
Yeah, that episode wasn't good for us, was it?
no, you and I were the only ones defending each other for that house.
That's all right. I knocked some of the bad ones out, so I felt good about it.
Okay, but yeah, anything original. I love originals. I always say it. Those are my favorites. IPs are great. They bring asses in, but I love the originals. I will always love the originals, and I will. If there were 4 or 5 different shirts for the 4 or 5 houses, I would buy each of them every year.
Since day one for me, it's I've been an originals guy, and I started like most people, where it's kind of the IPs. I mean, I always was into the originals. That's what got me into it with Art of the Scare and all that.
Yep.
And the commercials, but also the IPs are what kind of got me there as well. I was super excited for the IPs, and I just eventually learned that I typically like the originals. I like the approach of entering something brand new that they have created rather than trying to live up to the expectations of something that already exists. I think that's
Yes.
the big thing for me. Anyways, yeah, but I would buy pretty much all of it. Even I knocked Depths of Fear all the time. I don't think it was a good house. I think you can make a badass shirt though, and I would have bought it.
Hey, just a dead dog right on the front. Or do you think it would be the back half of the dog in the back?
Yeah.
Sorry. I had to. Oh, I don't. I love dogs. I have them. Nobody come for me.
Actually, that's phenomenal.
Thank you. You hire me.
That's so good.
Wouldn't it? And you just like a half of it, like on the front, it's just Depths of Fear, yay! And on the back, it's just dead dog.
Pain in the neck.
No.
That's
I heard,
yeah.
didn't they burn those costumes or something? I think we
I
talked
mean,
about
that's
that last
yeah.
episode.
Apparently, that's the rumor. I don't know if that actually happened.
I feel like they take up a lot of space, and I would
I mean,
rather it burn.
here's the thing. I know they most of the shit like that they don't end up keeping, so they just don't have space for it.
Yeah.
So like maybe they let them burn it. I don't know.
Hey, if you were a mouth brooder,
Hit us up.
we
You get
did
to
hear
burn it?
about the Penn and Teller fan. They didn't actually speak to us, but someone said they had a friend.
I have a friend who's a Penn and Teller super fan. Well, hey, um, thank you for commenting. If you want to get your friend to leave us a voicemail, 407-906-4134, that'd be great. I still want to hear it.
I just want to talk.
I need the rationale.
I just want to talk.
That's it.
I
And
love
what's fun,
magic.
since that episode, I went to Vegas and almost saw a magic show. That's kind of close to like,
You almost saw a magic show?
I didn't end up doing it, but we
Okay.
almost bought a ticket for a magic show. So I feel like that's really close to like seeing Penn and Teller. Never mind. Anyways, what else you got, Jess?
You like walked on the same streets Penn and Teller have walked on. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Again, I feel like this is another low-hanging fruit, excuse me. Or I can't talk right now. Wow. Or I've talked about this before. We've seen the self-service kiosks for the like print now shirts. How hard would it be? It should have happened last year. They throw one up there and you can get every single year shirt from 1991 to 2019. Let us get it. Or icon shirts. We had it last year in Icons Captured. We saw all of the victims in the shirts. You can reprint them. Give us that option. Just put it up. You would make bank, Universal.
Funny. Like, do you know how the return on investment on shit like that is insane?
Yeah. You're paying nothing for, you're not pre-printing it, so you're not paying for the back stock. Like, I worked in purchasing. I understand how all of this works, Universal. And they were printing some shirts last year, I heard. I don't know if that was a rumor, but...
No. And at the end of the day, we are willing to pay you that full price for a shirt that honestly looks kind of crappy compared to one that you've pre-printed. So
yeah, honestly.
Still do it. And the thing is, they got progressively worse. Because I remember in 28, the Slaughter Cinema, they had like 4 maybe of the movies featured in Slaughter Cinema. And like they looked pretty decent. And then 29, everything looked terrible. They all looked horrible. And they were like very basic designs and nothing that was like really tied into the event. And then they were still like that. It always had a line to buy those fucking shirts.
What about 2020? I think you're really skipping over some gems there.
No, I'm not.
Quarantine hair, don't care for Bride of Frankenstein.
I kind of forgot that existed.
Oh, I will never. I will absolutely never forget that they did my girl wrong like that.
I definitely could have gone to my grave forgetting that, and I would have been happy.
Yeah, that was the one they dropped the ball on, was that tribute store with that kiosk in it. And then people
still bought it.
I know. Oh my god, I know. And then they had the matching Frankenstein one. Yep. They also had like Invisible Man. They had a bunch of them. But they all were terrible, like quarantine jokes.
The fact they didn't have it last year, at least at full scale, I guess there's a rumor that I didn't know about that they were still printing some. They didn't have like the full scale, what do they call it? Horror
Oh, I didn't mean printing like these. I heard that they were printing some merchandise backstage.
Oh, yes, they were.
Yeah, live. Like it was made so late in the game that it was
like Blinky Cups. Anyway.
Oh, I heard Blinky Cups have been sitting for a year, and that's why they all died.
Oh no, they printed them in house late because they couldn't get them apparently.
Yeah, no, I heard that, but I heard that the cups had been sitting for a year, and that was the issue. So it was. Whew, I mean, Universal.
They were also just, anyways. Yeah, Horror Inc. Very profitable for you.
That's what it was called.
If you make good like references to the event, I'm gonna buy the hell out of it. So there you go.
I would have loved to have seen. You could have gotten a little Boo shirt last year, or even just you can throw in things you already have designed in the house, like an A.L. Kane and Co. I would love to buy a shirt that says that.
Yep.
Just from the facade of Puppet Theater or the cemetery, anything. Just you can make it, have your artist drop a bunch of different designs, you throw it on there, it prints in 20 minutes, not even, and you go pick it up.
Yeah. I really don't get why they didn't continue doing it. It makes no sense to me.
I don't know. And then I think that the screen that they're using in the Monster store right now for the artist, it just looks like a repurposed Horror Inc. stand to me. Like it's just like a big screen with like a big thing around it.
Yeah, I think now that you mention it, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, so maybe I don't know. Those portraits are really affordable for what they do. Um, like I think
The
that they were
prices.
$35, and I've seen
Really?
people. Yeah, you can become like Beetlejuice and Lydia. They have some of the icons. Um, yeah, I might have to go get one of those done because I'm crazy. But yeah, I think Tim from RIP Tour got it done.
Very nice. Very
I think
nice.
that's what it was. But yeah,
I
that's
mean,
not what we're here to talk about. Sorry, what's
no.
your next one?
No, I don't remember. Where was I gonna go? Media, original house shirts, 90s logo. Yeah. Yep. Now I don't remember where I was gonna go.
I don't know. Do you want another bomber jacket? You've talked about it a bunch.
I mean, yeah, I'll take it.
Or the windbreaker.
I mean, I'll take another windbreaker too. I'm a sucker for them. It's great for
I
Florida. Pretty much any temperature they can work.
Yeah, I really like the Mardi Gras one. I like the purple on it.
Does look. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna buy it. It could be
No, oh
better.
God, no. Who do you think I am? I'm an HHN person.
Yeah, true.
As
Although
I
I
sit
love my
here in a shirt.
Mardi Gras hoodie from 2020. That's pretty good stuff.
I don't remember any of the Mardi Gras from 2020.
The only thing is, it has that big ass back graphic that like all the Mardi Gras ones have. And it's
Yes, okay.
really hot, and it sticks to you if it's like above 60.
Yep, like the Beetlejuice one from 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. You stick to the chairs.
Okay, I remember where I was gonna go. This is kind of cheating because it's also kind of technically food and bev. Blinky cups. I brought this up before. Bring it up again.
That's not cheating.
Okay, thank you. I want a lot of options. Like I know you changed them bi-weekly before. I want like weekly Blinky cup options. I would give you I already give you a lot of money, but I'd like at least double it over the course of a couple months if you did like weekly Blinky cup options.
Yeah. I would buy them weekly instead of bringing the Blinky cup back with me every night.
I mean, I do that on accident most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
But I would do it intentionally this time.
Oh no, I forgot it. Dang it, I have to buy this really cute Blinky cup.
Exactly. So
Walk around.
I mean, yeah, it's a very simple one. I've talked about it before. I think I brought it up last week for some reason too. Maybe I didn't. I think it was.
That sounds right.
Anyways, yeah, just
Blinky cups come up a lot.
Just give me Blinky cups that are different, like a lot of like.
Do you want like Mardi Gras 2020 or even like past that, like more than that?
I guess technically more.
Yeah, because that was 4 cups. You could get all event, but you had to go to the different stands, I believe.
I do like that concept. I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie.
The cups were bigger.
So instead of releasing it weekly or bi-weekly or whatever you do, every stand has a different one, maybe.
Yeah, it's like a scavenger hunt. And then if you run out of one, you just, sorry, we got this one over here now. You got to go find the other one. I don't know.
Yeah, that could work too. So like I'm gonna say my number 8. Give me 8 different cups I can choose from.
I think that's reasonable in 2020.
In 2020.
Or 2022, sorry. I'm watching fireworks outside my window and they really distracted me for a second.
Oh, I hear fireworks too. I know we live close, but like I was wondering why. Okay.
Oh, are we looking at the same fireworks show?
Well, I can't see them from here, but I do hear them.
Oh, I don't hear them. Oh God, no.
Oh, really?
No.
Are they towards
I could probably hear them outside. My dog can
towards.
probably hear them because she has the biggest ears in the world. Okay. Yeah, 8 blinking cups I think is reasonable in 2022.
Okay.
Especially considering how the event is kind of like a food festival now too.
Oh, here, I got one to tie into that too. And I just thought of on the spot. Like, damn it, like Disney does again. Popcorn buckets.
Ooh, little boo popcorn bucket.
Exactly. Do you know how much that would have fucking sold?
Beetlejuice popcorn bucket.
How much that would have sold? Exactly.
I don't even. I would have waited all day. I would have missed every house that night, but I had frequent fear, so it would have been whatever. But I would have waited all night for a Beetlejuice popcorn bucket.
Yeah, I think they would sell extremely well. So there's another Blinky cups and popcorn buckets. I'll tie them into one. There you go.
I love that. You just want enhanced souvenir options for food and beverage.
Right. Exactly. Yes. However that comes, enhanced.
I love it. I would also like to see bigger Blinky cups.
I mean,
like we have right now, Mardi Gras. I think they're bigger. Or no, it was last year. It was 2020.
As long as they're not the daytime ones. Or what is it? No, The ones
The
that
non-concert
on
night.
concert day. Yeah.
I remember. How did you get one of those? Was that you? Who asked me that? Someone asked me that. I think that was you.
It was me. Yes.
Yeah. I was
No,
just
that
like,
was me.
oh, I literally walked up to the Transformers bar on the Diana Ross concert day and she handed it to me and I went, huh? Where's the color? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so if you're listening now and you don't know, Mardi
yeah.
Gras, you got some time left. If you don't want one of the little rinky-dink 12-ounce souvenir cups, apparently on concert nights, they sell actual, like, big, it's like 20 ounces, it looks like.
Yeah.
Pretty large.
But they're
cups
only
for the
at
same price.
certain bars. Other bars and other food tents still have the color change cup.
Am I going to be there for? I'll go for marshmallow. You got to tell me what booth.
So Transformers bar is where I got mine from. There's a lovely woman with like burgundy hair. I do not remember her name, but she is a peach. Go to her. She's the one who gave me my blankie cup. But she was telling me, yeah, it's only concert days at that bar, and I think maybe another bigger pop-up bar, but I don't remember which one. So
Maybe
next
like
time I go,
that maybe
the what?
the main like big one that's on the waterfront.
Well, that's the Boyle stand this year. That's not a bar.
I mean, but
Unfortunately.
right,
But they have alcohol.
They have like the two main drinks.
Yeah.
Anyways, concert night, get the big one.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed with my little ones.
Yeah, they're cute, and like I will say, the little ones, I accidentally put mine in the dishwasher. Nothing bad happened to it. The design is still
Really?
on there, so yeah. Hey,
Holding up well. Good for them.
we love a reusable cup. I just thought it was really funny. Last thing I'll say about this is we did this whole movement for no plastic straws at the theme parks. And then what did they do for Mardi Gras? Plastic cups and color changing plastic straws.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. It's just a little hypocritical.
A bit.
I like them.
We're also technically asking for plastic cups. Hard plastic, but still plastic.
That's fair. But I mean, at least we can reuse these color changing ones. It's just the straw that was funny. But I did learn that they expect you to keep your straw throughout the day. Don't toss it.
Oh.
Yeah, you won't automatically get one. They might give you one, but you won't automatically get one.
I got one every time.
Oh, they liked you then.
Yeah, I was drinking, so I wasn't thinking about saving straws or anything.
Well, I got not yelled at, but someone was like, "Where's your straw?" And I was like, in the trash. And she was like, "You need to keep it." And then she gave it to me and she's like, "That won't happen again." And I was like, "Okay."
I mean, yeah, well deserved. I probably deserved it too.
It's okay. I'll get yelled at by any team member. They're on the front lines. I can't complain. I'm drunk at Universal. So
True. I'm gonna go do that soon. Anyways, what's your next one?
So my next one, I feel like we're on the way to this one. We've seen it, but I want to see more HHN exclusives with smaller shops, small businesses, independent companies. We saw it with Magic Candle Co. There was some, maybe not controversy, there was some questions happening at one point towards the end of HHN. The house candles didn't have the company name anywhere on it, but the like ambiance candles that had come out with the opening of the tribute store did. So no one knew if they were still Magic Candle Co. And then now they are, like the ET candle is. So I don't know if that was a supply thing, but I would like to see them expand even past that. They did coffee with Coffee Shop of Horrors, which is a great local Orlando coffee shop. Definitely go check that out. But I want to see them do stuff with like Cavity Colors or Pentagram Peter Pan. I want to see like cool merch. I love Cavity Colors like sweatsuit sets. Yeah. Like I've never had any issues with anything Cavity Colors. I think I got the entire Trick or Treat collection last year, and I still wear it.
Fit a little small. That's my only issue. I learned that early on, luckily, but they fit a little small.
Yeah, it's like Black Craft Cult, same thing. You have to like order a size up. But anything with like any kind of a small brand, I just want to see them expand because even like Pentagram Peter Pan, they do cool like tie-dye shirts. Hunter has a nice fucking model shirt from them for Beetlejuice that actually says nice fucking model on the back. Obviously, they're not going to do something like that, but I'd like to see them expand into that with small shops. I'd like to see, my next one kind of goes with that. I want to see an HHN like tracksuit. We always get hoodies. I want to see sweatpants to go with it. And I feel like someone like Cavity Colors would help HHN do it the right way. Because they kind of do it where the designs match, but they're not matchy, so you can still wear them with other things. Okay, and they're unisex.
I'm gonna do it one more time. I have to compare it to Disney. and saying you don't have to make it match. Because do you know how many people I've seen walking around in those fucking gaudy 50th sweatpants that are
Oh my
hideous,
god.
but they still wear them everywhere?
Yeah.
I've seen them everywhere, not with the matching jacket, just the ugly ass sweatpants and like a fucking neon pink shirt, not matching whatsoever.
Yeah. Or like a Spirit jersey that also doesn't match.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
People will buy it regardless.
Yep.
So toss it out there.
And you already, like, we talked about this when you had squad, me, Ashley, and Daniel on. We talked about it with the cargo shorts and the sweatpants and everything. You already sell leggings, you sell cargo shorts because whether you want to admit it or not, you expect people to have accidents and need change of pants. It's a horror event. Someone's going to end up pissing their pants. It's inevitable. It might not be anyone in the group like immediately, but it happens. I've seen people.
Nope.
Houses go down all the time for it.
Even more common, if we want to be nicer, is people will wear like jeans or something and get really hot and decide they need shorts.
Even better.
Or a lighter material. Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. And then sometimes there's cold nights. I feel like in last year we had more cold nights than we were used to.
Did we?
So sweatpants would be nice. And they'll be priced a little ridiculously. They'll probably be over $50. That's how it is. It's a theme park.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I think we could even the retro logo would look really cool down the side of some sweatpants.
Right on your ass.
Right on your ass. Or the crotch. I think we're in the crotch moment now. Or I don't know, because early 2000s is coming back and the juicy tracksuits came back out, so we could do the ass print.
A lot of ass, yeah. That's true. Maybe we're just gonna skip 90s and go right to 2000s.
No, don't say that. I want to do 90s. I mean, so bad.
2000s was pretty bad. We had really bad fashion.
Yeah, well, yeah. But with Fear Street coming, I feel like we might get 90s. That could be like rumored to be coming. Excuse me. I know nothing, but I'm assuming it's coming.
It's coming for a fact. Okay.
No, I'm assuming it's coming because it's like the biggest thing that happened last year. For horror, I know nothing. No one take that with anything, please. I'm tired and can't talk. So, with that coming, I can see them doing 90s because the first part was 90s.
That is true.
It said 90s about 1,000 times in that sentence, but yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, no, I like it. So my next one, I'm gonna cheat one more time in the same direction I cheated, and that's going more. It's kind of food. Actually, it's fully food and bev, but to me, it's a souvenir. Something that the theme parks and Universal specifically do a lot is have specialty brewed beers from mainly local breweries. How about one specifically for HHN, or two for HHN, or three for HHN, or whatever? Like, give us actual, so going back to, like you said, like small shops and local businesses, like a local brewery brewing a special beer just for the event, We have Oktoberfest. That's not technically an HHN beer, but it happens during the season. And we have the beers over at Wizarding World also. Why not just specific ones for HHN? And with the cans. And that's how it's merged. There you go.
Ooh, I like that. And then you could take the can.
Yeah. Do they? Yeah, they let you take cans. Not but you can get cans in the park.
Yeah. No, I'm like, I've definitely walked around with an Original Sin before, like just a can.
I do know they aren't allowed to pour it into a cup and give you the can. It's some weird rule they have. But they can just give you the can.
Yeah. Theme park rules are weird. I would love to see beer. I think parks, we correct on this because I know nothing about beer. Doesn't a Florida brewery brew the Duff beer?
Yes, yeah. It's a Florida beer company. They're over in, I think it's technically Cape Canaveral or Cocoa. Okay. One of the two. I don't know which line it technically crosses, but I think Cape Canaveral. And yes, so a local brewery.
But they're bigger, aren't they? Considered bigger.
They have a large production facility.
Okay, no, that makes sense. But we have so many, don't we have local breweries around? My sister's been going to them.
Yeah, we have a lot.
I need to venture.
And the thing is, you don't have to stick just to Orlando. We have, there's Cigar City, which is a massive production facility over in Tampa. Yeah. We have larger facilities. Funky Buddha down in Fort Lauderdale area, Oakland Park.
Daniel works for them actually.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah. That. Oh my God, they had. I don't know if you've ever had their maple blueberry sour.
I have.
It is. I have I think we have a 4-pack left in our fridge. We're savoring them because they are so good. But Daniel's got the hookup on Funky Buddha. If you ever want anything interesting, just let him know.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, he works on the catering side of things for their like event space, but he knows the in and outs of all of it. So yeah.
Oh, well, I will definitely be hitting you up, Daniel, if you're listening. Anyway, but there are larger facility breweries that are craft breweries in the state that you could definitely utilize. Or you could just go back to Florida Beer Company over in Cape Canaveral since you already have a deal with them. And the thing is, like, it's already normal for breweries to release something that's only out for a very short time. So brewing a beer that's only out for a couple months, like, I know for a lot of releases, that's long. So
yeah.
I mean, you're probably going to need to brew a lot more of it if it's going to sustain an event like HHN, but still, it could definitely work.
Could they not then do like make it even cooler and do like, hey, limited run, and they make a couple different flavors, they make the run of it, when that's out, they send the next flavor, just so it's not like, I don't know, too much of one thing, and they can switch it up. I don't know.
And here's the thing. If you want to make them really limited and make them more expensive, they're still going to sell because one thing we know is theme park and HHN fans are going to line up for exclusive shit. Yep. Craft beer nerds also line up for exclusive beers. So you can like combine the two markets. There's going to be, I guarantee there would be some craft beer nerds who really don't care about HHN who would show up and wait in the line just to get a specific beer. If it came from like a good brewery. Yeah. No offense, Florida Beer Company, but like if it came from like a hype brewery, we'll call it. People would line up for it. Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like the Venn diagram of like craft beer fans and HHN fans, there is a huge overlapping circle in the center.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think like it's half the podcast alone are kind of into that. So
yeah, and like I could I was even thinking, like, running off of that, is there's so many distilleries and stuff like that too. Your signature drinks sometimes are not great. Why not team up? Have each company get a booth. They can feature their signature drink, and they make the cocktail based off the character. So then we know that the drink is at least made by somebody who, not to say that the food and beverage people at Universal don't understand kind of like the palate, but if it's someone else's product, they're going to know what works with it. And some of the drinks are just not fantastic. Some of them are great, but I would love to see what like an actual professional could come up with if we partner with some of these distilleries. You have a bunch over in St. Augustine.
Yeah. I mean, St. Augustine Distillery, it's huge. I mean,
literally.
For the area, it's huge. And they put out some decent stuff. And I think you've kind of changed what I'm going to say. Take this whole just simply specific beers, but like maybe if we get like a whole booth for like local cocktail artists and local brewers, and it can rotate.
Ooh.
I
would love that. Oh my god, that booth right there would have a line.
It'd be fucking packed.
Because you're getting a good drink.
It's good for the event, and it's good for the local companies or just specific bartenders to bring in. Yeah, that's a lot of notoriety. They can tweet about it, and boom, huge.
Absolutely,
that's really benefiting both sides.
Come on, Universal, we're doing the work for you right now.
I know, right? And mainly, it's benefiting me. I would spend a lot of time in that line, and I would not be upset about it.
I'm already thinking of the squad episodes that we could make if that happened. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys doing that like on location? That'd be great.
Oh, absolutely. We need to get there. Okay, we're whatever. Alcohol.
Do you have another one, Jess?
I have one more.
Okay.
And that is it. So again, I feel like this one, everyone always asks for it, but this is a very selfish one. I need more home decor. I need it. You don't really provide me with more than posters, and we had that Jack sign this year, the wooden one. Actually, we had a couple of them. Well, I don't know if that one, the Saw one, and then the Jack and Chance like Ringmaster one. I want more. I don't know what we could expand on, but give me something. I know we get like one glass or a couple different glasses. We could do plates with like a little subtle HHN theme. I would love to see, even if they incorporated like icons last year, you could have made like just the outline of the icons, or I don't know, a table runner. I'm just going to keep saying weird household things because I can't think of anything specific.
Mouse pad.
Mouse pad, that's fine. Keyboard cover. We got, phone cases or whatever. But my house, like, if you guys watch that video of killing Nico, that was my house. Like, it's covered in Horror Night stuff. And it's just stuff that I've collected over the years that I've thrown on the walls. Yeah, if I could have, like, what?
Nico's office with all the Horror Night stuff. If anyone couldn't guess, Nico did not have all those horror posters on his walls. Shocking.
Yeah, they're shocked. There was a Yeti poster for him, remember?
That is true. And did we mention the reference? We put the cup and we faced killer
Yeah.
clowns out towards him.
We did.
Tough to notice, but Easter egg.
My Mardi Gras little boo.
We're clever.
We try to be. But even Lil Boo, they could have done. I thought it was so cool. I believe it was Sarah BS Designs on Instagram made those little boos. She carved little pumpkins and sold them for $15. Universal, you could have sold them for 30.
Oh yeah, that's an absolute steal. They could have sold them for more than 30, to be fair.
Yeah, I would have purchased
if they would have sold them for 50, they still would have sold well.
Yeah, absolutely. And like all it is, and it has a little light in the bottom, and I decorate it for like Mardi Gras. It has a little mask on it and beads. Do stuff like that. I want more than just posters. I love the posters. I loved the retro posters in 2020. I have all of them. I obviously collect a lot of Sterling art. I just want more home decor. I don't know what else to say about it. I just let me decorate my entire house. Give me a bedspread. Icon's bedspread.
Actually, that's the best one you've said.
Thank
Give
you.
me a whole bedspread. I want
sheets.
Comforter with the caretaker.
Oh my god.
The caretaker.
My husband would never, in any world, let that exist on the bed.
Would he have a choice?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, that's
Sorry,
inevitable. Love you, but no. Be like, well, where's my Spider-Man pillowcase or something?
Well, he can have the Spider-Man pillowcase with a caretaker comforter.
As long as Albert Kane's in the bed, it's fine. Oh, his creepy ass. I just realized how weird it is if no one ever listened to Scream Queens. Me talking about an old, decrepit man like this. Oops.
I just want Albert Kane in my bed. No big deal.
Hey, I mean, a little Albert Kane in your bed sounds like a party, honestly.
All right.
Screamer. It's just a little screamer in your bed. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, Jesus. I think it'd be a big screamer, but anyways.
Oh.
Jess, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have another one.
That's okay.
But the reason you brought up this episode is you were tying it back to a fun Stay and Scream episode we did, of course, with Catacombs, and we had Aaron on as well, and about how I don't remember exactly what we called the subject, but basically bashing the merch of HHN 30. That's what it turned into.
Pretty much. I mean, that's what we do really well. I mean, we give them props when it's due, but we're also really good at critiquing it because it's what we love.
Yeah, it's true. Now, I do want to give you the floor because you had one big rant, and I believe that episode ended up on the Catacombs feed, so maybe some people on our side didn't end up hearing it. What was your biggest issue? So something, not that you want to see, but something you really don't want to see repeated this year.
I'm so glad you brought this up. I'm surprised it didn't happen organically, honestly.
Yeah, I'm shocked. The fact I had to bring this up on my own shocks me.
If you know me, the fact that it had to be brought up is, So last year, every year, we get I don't even want to call it a line. It is a couple pieces of merchandise that is directed towards the feminine presenting fan base. And I say that as generally as I can. That doesn't mean, people who identify as female have to wear it, but they really market it towards what I call the women who are dragged there by their partners, who aren't really there for a fun time. They're there because they have to be, which isn't, every woman. It could happen. My husband gets dragged there sometimes and doesn't.
My mom drags my stepdad, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's just whoever it is, it's marketed towards that person who doesn't want to be there. And for some reason, like a sports team, it's targeted towards women. And I compared Wicked Divas, which was the collection last year, to being a female sports fan and getting a pink jersey or a pink shirt or a pink sparkly hat, because that's all they had for women. I grew up a Florida Panthers fan down in South Florida. Die hard. I worked for the team for 2 years. Like I was on the Rat Pack. I did the t-shirt tosses on the on ice games. I got to do stuff with the players on the ice and stuff like that. I was a diehard. All my options were either men's or pink. And with Wicked Divas, that's what it felt like. It came out. We had this shirt. It was a female cut shirt with the cutout shoulder and the mesh neckline. And it had the female icons on it. And it said Wicked Divas, but they weren't very pretty. I wasn't a fan. And then the hat had the corseted back. It was all very much like, I'm cool, but I'm not. And it was like, okay, yeah, I'm a woman. I like horror nights. Why do I have to wear this? Why can't you give me something interesting with Jack on it? Why can't you give me something with the caretaker? Why do I have to like the women icons because I'm a woman? I do like them. I think they're great. Wicked Divas just always it always happens like that. It happened in 29 with something else. I couldn't even remember because I blocked it out. I'm just sick of it. We don't have to market something of the event towards women. There doesn't have to be that or feminine presenting. We like the event because we like the event. I don't need a pink sparkly corseted back hat. That's it.
There it is.
Thank you for giving me the floor on that. Very passionate about it. I like wearing whatever, I like for the property. It doesn't really matter the cut it's on. So don't make it feminine if it doesn't have to be, is really the argument here.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of brought up the whole cut thing earlier, but more specifically, like the Wicked Diva it feels like they're pandering more than anything else.
That's the perfect word for it. And then
and like not like you can pander to like the hardcores. I think that's very different than pandering to this very specific, like pandering to a gender. Like that's just I don't. That's no.
Yeah. And the most people I saw wearing it were, and like again, this isn't to knock anyone in that bracket, were middle-aged women who were there with their partners or groups of people, and it was like you could tell they did not want to be there, and they just kind of got the shirt and the hat because it was feminine. And it was like, well, that's not what I want it to be. And it became an inside joke because I hated it so much that for my bachelorette party, we made masks that said Wicked Divas on it, but with the icon stuff on it. So we kind of like made it our own again. But I fucking hate it. If you like it, that is 100% cool. That is what you like. As a woman, I hate it. Makes me feel like a sports fan again.
That is unfortunate because, man, pink jerseys.
I never had one, thank God. I have multiple Panther jerseys. They are not pink.
I think it's fine. I think when they do them for special occasions and have it as an option, it's fine. But yeah, like I think it's changed a bit. But like in the 2000s, like it was like pink jersey, women's cut.
Yeah.
Done. That's it.
And
that's
that was
women's cut. It's a pink jersey.
Or you had to buy a kid's jersey if you wanted it to fit you properly.
Exactly.
So I just got used to wearing whatever big jersey I had to wear, which is fine. And I know not everyone wants to do that. But yeah, let's not make it 2005 and a sports team again. It's 2022. Let's move on.
Yep, agreed. And also, the design just kind of sucked on Wicked Divas.
Old. It was like the cup, but worse.
Yeah, they looked,
Whatever.
I don't know Anyways, yeah. So, I'm happy you got to go on that little rant again. I know you enjoyed doing it.
Always.
But that is what we want to see out of merch this year.
Yeah, probably forgot something, but
yeah, I definitely forgot stuff.
Someone will say something on Twitter and I'll be like, damn it, that is a good idea.
I know, right? It happens every week. Every week someone says something on Twitter, I'm like, why didn't I talk about that?
Yeah. You're like, I had that written down and it was on a page you forgot to turn to. It's okay. I want to hear what everyone else has. Please tell us what merch you want to see, because it's probably more interesting than me just saying home decor for 5 minutes.
Yeah, if you have specific home decor that's not a mouse pad or
comforter of Albert King.
Yeah. Remember, voicemail changed 407-906-4134 now. So if you had it written down for some strange reason, I doubt anyone did. That is our new voicemail. And if a voicemail isn't your thing, you can always hit us up on the social media, Twitter and Instagram at HHN365. Jess, another fun week, another fun topic. But like you said before, we do have HHN Trivia, our annual tournament coming up, where we're going to do, I don't know, we'll see how many people submit. I haven't decided how many people and how many rounds we're going to do this year. But we're going to take a lot of people, bring it down to a few, and someone's going to win a prize at the end. So if you feel confident in your HHN Trivia, not just one specific thing, all of it, because we can give you any kind of specific category depending on the week.
I was not expecting it last year. I'm not going to lie.
I know, right? Sometimes you just don't have the luck of the draw.
Hey, but come do it. Even if you don't think you're going to go very far, you might surprise yourself.
Yeah, I mean, we've had people who literally come on and said, "Oh my God, I'm gonna get slaughtered," and then they just like walk through it like it's not. Yeah. You just never know. It could be your category, or you could know a lot more than you realize you know.
That's true. Most people, I feel like that's the case. They doubt their knowledge, and then they end up like listening to podcasts all the time, so they kind of just absorb the knowledge.
Yep. And I think, like it's a more niche thing to like Horror Nights, right? So, you know, knowing a lot of Horror Nights isn't like knowing a lot of something else. Like, you're one of the few.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like you might not think you know a lot, but you probably do. If you're listening to this podcast, you probably know a lot.
Oh yeah, and
That's simple.
if you don't, you got time. I know you guys have done some history. Scream Queen's feed is still up there. We did so much history over there. If you want to go listen to us aimlessly talk, I'm gonna plug my old podcast. But yeah, there Catacombs has all the history ever.
Literally all of it. Back to the first Horror Nights all the way up. I don't think they've officially done the HHN 30 review yet, but everything up until then, they have. So you can find out all the history with, well, I mean, it's 29 episodes, but still, you can catch up.
Yeah, just put it on while you work.
It's going to be a couple weeks before we start this, so give them plenty of time for people to hop in, gauge their interest, and see how many weeks we're going to drag this on, because I think the first week, or the first year, we only did it for like 4 weeks and then the final. Then we did 6 weeks in the final. Maybe we'll do like 2 months and then the final here. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how much interest there is. But anyways, hit us up in our DMs at HHN365 again. If you want to leave a voicemail saying it too, that works too, I guess. We'll put you on the show.
Declaring. It's like a Royal Rumble.
That you're going to win it right there. Have fun doing that if you want. I will be, I promise, I will be checking this voicemail. I'm sorry, guys. If you
I'll remind you to check it now.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to check it at least once a week, like right before we record, just to be sure. But yeah, anyways, hit us up for that. And for this week, that's all we got. We will be back next week. I'll be honest, I don't know what we're doing, but we'll figure it out. Until then, see you in the streets.